a leading think tank for science and technology policy, has said, as Washington seeks to counter a rising China, no nation is more important than India. With its abundance of highly skilled, technical professionals and strong political and cultural ties with the United States. It however cautioned that overreliance on India as an IT services provider could become a strategic problem if major disagreements emerge between the two nations on issues such as intellectual property, data governance, tariffs, taxation, local content requirements, or individual privacy. The think tank of Information Technology and Innovation Foundation, in a report released on Monday, describes the worst and best-case scenarios. The report stated, in 1, tensions between India and China are reduced, and the many business synergies between these two neighboring nations come to the fore. In this case, the heart of the global economy would shift to the east, and there would be little the United States could do about it. In the second scenario, the interests of India and the United States become increasingly aligned, as challenges from China grow. In such a case, democratic norms could prevail across most of the developed world, as developing nations start looking to a Delhi model instead of a Beijing model. As America seeks to counter a rising China, so no nation is more important than India, with its vast size, strong political and cultural ties with the United States. But the parallels between America's dependency on China for manufacturing and its dependency on India for IT services are striking, said the think tank. According to David Moskeller, co-author of the report, said, the same forces that increasingly divide the United States and China are now pushing the US and India closer together. He said, the interplay between the United States, India, and China will shape global competition and digital innovation for years to come. While there is a wide range of possible scenarios, two things are clear. India should be an essential part of US efforts to compete with and reduce its dependence on China. And this will inevitably expand America's global dependencies, from manufacturing to services. The report describes how India is making important progress in research and development, innovation centers, machine learning, analytics, product design and testing, and other areas, especially in IT and life sciences. But the question is, does US have presently good relations with India? At present, both US and India are in a position where they both need each other. US should look at India as an equal partner, rather than a subordinate. So, Joe Biden cannot send a wrong political message. Recently, the US Navy, its DDG-53 destroyer, had carried out freedom of navigation operation inside India's exclusive economic zone, without requesting India's prior consent. It cannot treat friends and foes alike. China would only gain from such incidents. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea does not authorize other states to carry out, in the exclusive economic zone and on the continental shelf, military exercises or maneuvers, in particular, those involving the use of weapons or explosives, without the consent of the coastal state. The US-India partnership is founded on a shared commitment to freedom, democratic principles, equal treatment of all citizens, human rights, and the rule of law. Both have shared interests as challenges from China grows. The United States supports India's emergence as a leading global power and vital partner in efforts to ensure that the Indo-Pacific is a region of peace, stability, and growing prosperity. Well, if the US wants to counter China's growing presence in the Indian Ocean region, then the US and India have to work together. Or, President Biden will not be able to save the country from the decline. And soon China will overtake America as world's leading power. Yet, it is important to know whether the United States will be dependent on a strategic partner with strong mutual interests, or on an increasingly neutral rival. Much will depend on the strategic choices that the Joe Biden administration and Indian government make in the coming years.